the next person we have is John from California. What's up there, John? How you doing?
Hey, how's it going? Good.
Pretty good. Doing good. What's your question for us today?
So I'm coming not to ask a question, but to make a claim.
Okay.
I feel like this is the right show to look into this. It's the good part of this claim is you don't have to take my word for anything. You can independently verify this. Even if you don't agree with my interpretation of this, my claim itself, it's a falsifiable claim. So it's either true or it's not. And I'm very confident that it's true.
All right. Shoot.
My claim is that nobody knows what the Lord's Prayer means.
How does this
prayer, as it comes down to us in the Gospels, it contains a word in Greek that appears nowhere else. That isn't like a word that we have a definition for. It's like if Jesus coined a phrase specifically, and this whole time for the past 2,000 years, nobody's brought this up. Like I feel like anywhere, like you guys would be the ACA would be the perfect people to like jump on this. Nobody knows what the Lord's Prayer means. Like that feels significant to me. I don't know.
Okay, this is not really. I don't know about you, Blitz, but this is not really helping me whatsoever. Hold on, I'm gonna have to mute you, John, if you can't stop talking while I'm talking. I don't know how, like, what benefit is this? Let's just say nobody understands it. Whoop-de-fucking-do. What does this mean for anything?
I would like to propose an alternative meaning, which has become the basis of my faith, that to me actually makes Scripture make sense.
So the word epiousion.
Claim that I'm making, so that's the second.
What's the translation that you're giving for that word?
Sorry. I don't have it off the top of my head. It's episuloon, I believe.
Epiosion.
The word that's translated as daily bread. Epiosion. Thank you.
So what's your translation for it?
That is a word that appears nowhere else in the Greek language.
Okay, what's your translation for it?
And again, there's two parts of this. There's my free bread for everybody, every day. And that's what Jesus was telling us to do.
Based and everybody gets free food pilled?
Only carbohydrates. That's a very important, because we still need an economy. But only carbohydrates. You get enough carbohydrates to survive.
I think this is a meme.
Yeah, are you a troll?
Oh, it's a real thing.
Free carbs.
This is genuinely real. This is my belief.
Okay, John, let's test this out. John, my John, my pancreas is broke as fuck. Okay, I have to take insulin. I got a pump right here, insulin pump. I've got to take insulin every day. I cannot just eat free carbs or whatever in the fuck that's supposed to mean.
Oh, poor guy.
How does that? Yeah, how does that translate for all of the diabetics that have ever existed? Like as far as these free carbs go from Jesus's supposed flesh.
I'm not going to tell you how your diabetes works, and it's your body, it's your business. I have some diabetics in my family, and while they did have to manage their intake of sugar, they absolutely still eat carbohydrates. There is no way that you can survive.
No. Yes. I still eat carbohydrates. I'm trying to discern what in the fuck you mean by free carbs for everybody. Like that, I just in particular for a diabetic, like I just don't understand what that means. I didn't say that diabetics don't eat carbs. That's not what I said.
He just wants bread lines like in the Soviet Union. Free carbs.
Get your carbs here. Get your carbs.
Like seeds strewn right by the wayside. If the Catholic Church had done this, we wouldn't have communism. No, I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. No, but
That's
still, I'm trying to figure out.
Response to that would be we would give you a slightly smaller portion.
Why? So hold on. Why do we have this word defined in Greek lexicons? Is it? Are you saying that the only reason why we have this word defined in Greek lexicons is because of Jesus?
Well, it was only used by Jesus. That's what I'm saying. Is I don't think we really do have a definition. The definition that we've accepted as daily bread, I disagree that that's basically what my claim is, the definition that we've accepted is wrong, or doesn't have any evidence, doesn't have enough evidence to convince me that it's true, at least.
Okay, I don't understand what you're talking about here, because
really
the bread part. No, you're complicating. No, wait, John, you're complicating the Greek here. The actual Greek is ton arton hemon ton apusion. Or I'm sorry, I don't know how you pronounce that exactly in Greek, but so that's the entire phrase, and that's the bread of us daily. So that's what you're calling the daily bread, and so it's actually like an entire phrase here that means the daily bread. So I don't know what you mean by there's a singular word for daily bread. The apusion right there is daily, and then bread is arton as far as the interlinear goes. So which one are you saying is the unique word? Is it the apusion or is it the arton?
Apusion. Yes, it's apusion.
So that means so that means daily. So that means daily. No. So you're saying that daily, the understanding of daily here is unique to the Gospel of Matthew, and I'm not even sure if Luke uses that word, but I would assume Luke uses the same kind of word.
So the trouble is that I'm sure that other words for the word daily appear elsewhere. It's just that this particular Greek word doesn't appear elsewhere, except in Luke and in the Lord's Prayer, right?
Exactly.
But I mean, like, okay, suppose that's true. Does this mean that there is a God?
I'd have to check. But
does this mean that there's a God?
That in and of itself wouldn't. There's a lot of other evidence that I would have to use to support that one. But this one, what it means is that we've been worshiping God wrong the entire time. We're way off here. However,
we need Soviet bread lines.
In terms of religion,
you heard it here first, folks.
We went off base. I think this is where we started. My genuine argument is that communism would have never happened if the Catholic Church had just been doing this the whole time. That would have been.
So my question is, do you have a degree in Greek and Greek and Aramaic linguistics?
Definitely not. I can't even pronounce apusion, whatever it is.
So then why do you think that you know the correct translation and like the ancient Greek scholars, the Aramaic scholars and so on aren't correctly translating it?
That was why at the beginning I wanted to be very clear. There's sort of two parts of this claim. There's the claim that we don't know what it is, which is falsifiable. And then there's my own personal interpretation of it, which we can talk about, but that's a separate claim. The reason I'm making this claim is because other writers can back me up on this. Nobody has ever seen this word before. When we translate it, quote unquote, all we're doing is making a best guess.
So it is true that it's like not there's we don't have like certainty on this word. To say that nobody knows is probably too strong a statement. It's better to say that we can only infer what it means. But that doesn't mean that like we don't have any knowledge whatsoever about what it could mean. Like it's definitely not going to mean like the Statue of Liberty, right? So all I'm saying is that I don't know. I trust the people who are doing the translation better, and if they have good justifications for translating the way that they are, it seems like that they're probably more justified in that position than you are.
What if they had an economic incentive to hide the truth? And I'm telling you, there's a conspiracy going way back here.
No, yeah, I don't entertain like conspiracy theories like that. Like, oh, there's a big conspiracy to hide it. Like, I still don't understand how this benefits us.
I don't think it's deliberate, but
Okay, I still don't understand how any of this gets us anywhere with anything.
The world, if the Catholic Church gave up whatever it was doing and had been doing free beer and free popcorn for everybody the whole time, what if Christopher Columbus had come over and instead of trying to convert people, instead of genociding people, had just like given them free bread? Like, here's bread.
Okay,
people would have probably converted anyway.
I mean, that's cool, but irrelevant.
You can't see.
So you're saying
people are starving. People are starving.
So
hold on. An organization, not a political organization.
No, so John, look, I don't understand how changing. You're basically without any kind of actual expertise here. You're just reassigning this word to mean free. Am I understanding that correctly? I just want to make sure I'm understanding you correctly.
I don't think I'm coming out of left field, though, because it comes right after give. What does give typically imply?
No, it doesn't come right after give. I mean, it says the bread. It says ton, arton, hematon.
You have to pay for something somebody gave you?
No, like I still don't understand how this is. Like, all that this would entail is that the communion would be given for free, which is already given for free. You don't have to pay to take communion, or at least I never did. I mean, you got to donate to the church, but I mean, that's whatever.
We should be doing more communion every day.
Right. Well, okay. Wait.
We should be doing more communion
every day.
Non-believers.
Well, I'm sorry. When was the last time you had communion? Because that shit sucks.
Earlier this morning. I don't know. I like it. I have a good church.
Did you have communion flakes or something like that? Like what? I mean, I guess I just don't understand how this would benefit humanity, giving somebody a little bit of piece of unleavened bread on your tongue there it's like really dry and chalky and everything like that.
And that's what you were asking specifically.
Wait, so John, do you think that bread is God?
Enough bread to sustain a person for a day, and it can be any kind of bread you want. It doesn't even have
John,
to be bread.
Do you think that bread is God?
You like popcorn. It's whatever you want.
John, do you think that bread is God?
Well, I believe that
seems like
bread
a troll.
is an expression of God. Yes, because Allah is all-encompassing everywhere. No, I don't. No, it's not trolling. That's a belief. Everything's God, kind of. It's also not God, but it is.
Well, wait. How can it both be not God and God at the exact same time? I believe
that bread is given to us as a blessing by God, though.
Bread is literally not a blessing by God. It's literally a product of like what is it, yeast and water, and then a chemical reaction involving carbon dioxide, I think, right? It's been a while since I've looked up the
probably, but you are feeding him bread, if you will, but you are feeding the troll.
Yeah.
If you
if
you believe
John,
that the laws of physics.
John, I cannot in good faith continue the conversation because I don't think that you're genuine.
I've heard from others that he does this every show.
Oh, he does? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Sorry, John. I'm going to just go ahead and drop you because we're wasting minutes here on our precious minutes on this show. Anyways, okay. So, but I will say that I learned something new out of that call, and that's the uniqueness of that word.
It's definitely interesting.
Yeah, because I looked it up while he was talking about it. I was like, yeah, it's only used in those two places in the Gospels. Maybe one more in another outside work that derives from the Gospels. So it's kind of like a really unique kind of situation there. But I still don't see how changing that one word to whatever he was wanting it to mean would indicate that everybody gets free bread.